Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Payne. Today I'll be giving a presentation on sleep deprivation and its relation to ADHD. 50% of children with ADHD show signs of sleep disorders, such as sleep disordered breathing, sleep apnea, things like that. And more than 2/3 of all children have sleep problems occur multiple times in any given week. And this is according to ADHD and Sleep 2016. Research has shown that without the proper amounts of sleep, students may experience adverse behaviors and increased aggression at school, and students diagnosed with ADHD can experience increased symptoms of learning disabilities, which they may have previously had under control with medications or different means. But when they experience the sleep deprivation or disorders, they then lose control of these previously managed issues. There are two main points here within this presentation. One would be that sleep deprivation and sleep disorders can lead to emotional instability, behavioral problems, and decreased learning capacity in our students. Secondly, there is a direct correlation between ADHD and student sleep patterns and sleep disorders. Now, in relation to sleep problems and their effects on students' functioning, we can look at this chart behind us that determines lack of sleep causes parts of your brain to slow or shut down completely, and this is from Marcus 2015. This dictates that different parts of our brain are affected by our lack of sleep, such as the parietal lobe, frontal lobe, prefrontal cortex, temporal lobe, and neocortex. Each of these parts dictating a different part of our personality as well as the way we function in classrooms. So sleeplessness can impair the emotional regulation needed to control children's aggressive behaviors. And this is from Lucas and O'Brien, 2011. You can see that the level of functioning of different parts of the brain is altered by sleep and the lack thereof, such as the functioning of the parietal and the frontal lobes. This is from Serendip, 2008. The parietal lobe, which can be found in this region here, can cause slower thought processes and difficulty forming logical conclusions to problems when there is a lack of proper sleep. The frontal lobes, on the other hand, which are located over here, can cause a lack of imagination or originality when there's a lack of sleep. There's also a lack of focus, stuttering, uses of cliches, and other issues in speech processing. And it is basically in charge of your creative thinking. Sleeplessness can lead to students exhibiting moodiness and explosive behavioral issues, which can cause problems in the school environment. And this is also from ADHD and Sleep 2016. A lack of sleep affects your body physiologically, as you can see, not only in the brain, but also in the way you function and how you feel. The benefits of proper uninterrupted sleep cycle include the non-rapid eye movement, NREM, as well as the rapid eye movement, which is REM cycles. And you need both of these cycles to occur during your sleep process for you to function correctly during the day when you are awake. This is also from Sleep Topics 2016. NREM sleep, which is known as quiet sleep, provides blood supply to the muscles, energy restoration, tissue maintenance, and hormone regulation. And REM sleep, which is known as active sleep, has to do with your brain activity and dreaming. Body is currently immobile during that phase, and heart rate and breathing rate increases during this phase. And this is from Sleep Topics 2016. It is recommended that the amount of sleep that students get each night for school-age youth would be between about 9 and 11 hours. The relationship between ADHD and problems with sleep is our second point. And that would be that sleep would be a crucial factor in eliminating these behaviors related to ADHD, according to ADHD and Sleep 2016. There have been multiple studies that have proven and looked at the fact that ADHD behaviors can be directly correlated with a lack of sleep. Hyperactivity is increased in children that the longer they go without sleep, unlike adults whose level of activity decreases when we feel tired and don't have enough hours in that night. This is from Serendip 2008. Difficulty sleeping as a child can lead to psychopathologies, including depression and ADHD, as I previously stated. This is from Carpenter 2001. Poor sleep amplifies currently existing ADHD symptoms and behaviors. So as stated in the beginning of this speech, many times when you are lacking sleep, the behaviors that you have previously exhibited and got under control will reoccur due to the lack of sleep. Sleep disordered breathing SDB and ADHD. So children who have SDV symptoms are more likely to be rated as bullies, fighters, and quarrelsome students than those who do not possess SDV symptoms. This also coincides with our idea that ADHD and sleep deprivation are hand in hand, considering that SDV is a sleep disorder, which results in sleep deprivation and a lack of proper REM sleep cycles. Behavioral problems often related to ADHD can improve significantly once these children undergo treatment for their SDV. So we definitely want to look into doing that for children that are dealing with sleep disorders and ADHD behaviors, because there can be a correlation that can cause doctors to be able to fix the problems and work towards a solution for the ADHD. This is from Lucas and O'Brien, 2011. The inherent effects of sleep deprivation and sleep disorders can also lead to misdiagnosis of ADHD. So often if your child is exhibiting these behaviors, we want to look into the other options as to what else could be causing these behaviors, not just jump to the conclusion of ADHD. There are possible educational solutions for common sleep problems among students. These include tips to provide proper sleeping environments can be provided to students and their parents. Tips such as consistent bedtime routines, relaxing settings, avoiding caffeine before bed, and keeping TVs and computers out of the room. This is from McCann, 2008. Parent brochures, lesson plans, and worksheets to provide in-school sleep education are also available at Sleep Education 2016. Research shows a direct correlation between sleep deprivation and adverse behaviors, including those corresponding to ADHD. Sleep deprivation and disorders lead to decreased learning capacities in students and an increase in undesired aggressive behaviors. We can decrease the number of students suffering from sleep deprivation and sleep disorders through education by providing parents with the information necessary to see the signs and symptoms to sleep disorders. There are ways to prevent inadequate sleep and therefore make a more peaceful public school environment for both students and faculty. Thank you.